Nina. All right. Well, welcome back, Nina, for part 2.
Hi.
So I was trying to organize my thoughts on how we'd proceed, and I think we left off at how you had just decided to become raw, and then like the first day, you already noticed significant changes in your skin.
Yeah.
So, and I think you said you just kind of, I guess you just used fruit you had on hand and you just made a huge smoothie with fruit that you had, or did you go out and go shopping and buy a bunch of fruit? What happened?
Um, I think we went out and bought a ton of fruits and veggies
Yeah,
because my husband wanted to just do the same.
yeah.
And yeah, so we bought a case of oranges and a case of bananas and a case of spinach. We bought way too much. So we had
So,
to yeah, we had to freeze a lot of spinach because it was just too much.
so tell me a little bit about how that went. Like, did you start researching like recipes, or did you just kind of play it by ear? How did you figure out what to prepare? And did you go 100% raw at first, or were you still eating some cooked food? How did that go?
Yeah, I went 100% raw. And I also eliminated salt and oil and just everything.
Uh huh.
And I was inspired by all the videos from by Fullyrawkristina and Freelee. I mean, they have so many recipes. So I just looked. Oh, also Megan Elizabeth.
Yeah.
He has lots of recipes, and yeah. But I mean, I didn't do complicated stuff. I just threw a bunch of stuff in a blender and had a big smoothie. And I made a lot of orange juice from fresh oranges. And this is how I still do it. I usually don't make complicated things. I like to mono meal,
Yeah.
just pick
Yeah.
out on one fruit and yeah, just easy. And a big
Okay.
smoothie.
All right. And something that's coming to mind, you probably came across this in your research a little bit. You know, some people in the beginning they eat a lot of dried fruit and nuts. Did you avoid that? Did you have any issues with your teeth, anything like that?
Um, I I avoided them because I know that nuts and seeds make me feel sick,
Yep.
and so sometimes I include them in a salad, but usually they make me feel sick afterwards. So I usually avoid them. Yeah,
Okay.
and dried fruits, I don't think I really ever ate them in my whole life, but now I'm really big on dates.
Oh yeah, dates are awesome. You know, I don't even consider them dried so much. I mean,
No,
they're a
no,
little bit.
they only just have this high concentration of sweetness, like dry fruits.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, you know, we talked a little bit about the acne, and of course, you
yeah.
saw immediate benefits. Um, did you notice other things about your health change when you took on this lifestyle? For example, you kind of said you were still interested in losing a little bit of weight.
Hmm.
Was that affected by this change?
Yeah, I had, going back to the acne real quick, I had really bad skin and I also had weird rashes on my body and I didn't know why. And both went away within a few days. I mean, the acne didn't go away, but the inflammation and this weird rash on my body just completely disappeared. And I still don't know what it was, but it just never came back. So that's good. And
Wow.
also, what I noticed, and that was really awesome, is that I could eat as much as I want and still lose weight. And that is the weird thing because before that, I always restricted calories and I didn't like eating because I knew it would make me gain weight or something like this, or I was always scared. And then finally, the first time in my life, I can eat um, without being scared and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
loving it and just enjoying it and still losing weight. It feels like the more I eat, the more I lose.
That's all. That's great. That's great,
Yeah,
especially for ladies that want to lose some weight. Ladies and guys. Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's like Freelee says, um, you have to be carved up because um, if you don't eat enough carbs, your body goes in this weird state where it just tries to store everything when you eat. So then you store more fat than you would do if you just eat tons of carbs, because then your body knows you eat enough, and then it
right.
can finally get rid of all the junk and fat.
I like that. That's a great summary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so aside from the acne and the rashes and the weight, was there anything else? Like sometimes people notice when they improve their diet, like you have, that they become aware of aspects of their body that they didn't even know before. Like I think you said you felt a lot lighter after you're eating.
Hmm.
Was there anything else like things that you had never thought of as a disease, and now that you know that it's gone, you feel better? Like, is your sleep different? Do you have more energy? Digestion improved? What other things?
Yeah, my digestion improved a lot, but I had a good digestion before,
Yeah,
I thought. But since I went raw, I knew my digestion was bad before.
yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, I had a bowel movement maybe once or twice a day, and since I'm raw, it's more often. It's like 40 below fruity says, and
Which
yeah,
is
so
which is what? Does that mean like a bowel movement after every meal?
it's like between 3 and 5 times, and it's really quick and just easy
Yeah.
and just no problem. And then when I like now, sometimes I include some cooked food again, and when I have a day with just 1 or 2 bowel movements, that feels really uncomfortable.
Haha.
And I never
Interesting.
had that feeling before. I mean, that was just normal.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's right.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I was
also, my energy levels
yeah.
just exploded. I'm a nanny at the moment, and now I just run around way more, and I'm like the second child here. We're dancing all the time, and I rarely get tired. I have a lot of energy, and I work out almost every day. And I have a full-time job, and I study plus working out every day. And I have energy for this, and I sleep good, and my headaches went away. I developed migraines before I went raw, like every week a migraine,
Wow.
and they completely disappeared.
Were you in that time? Were you drinking coffee, eating chocolate, that sort of thing?
No, I never drank coffee in my whole life,
Hmm.
and I also eliminated sugar, refined sugar, a few months before when I started working out with my husband.
Yeah.
But like I said, I really didn't. Of course, I saw little changes in my body and here and there, but as soon as I went raw, just something really big happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, after you made that change, did you have moments where you're like, man, I wish I could have a piece of pizza, or boy, I'd really like some spaghetti, or a big slice of
Yeah.
whole wheat bread with some butter on it? Does that ever happen?
Yes, definitely. And then I felt guilty about it, but then I thought, okay, there's no reason to feel guilty about it. If
Yeah.
I want something cooked again, then just eat it. And if you if you make it that easy, it's way easier to stay raw.
Yeah.
If Because if it's okay to eat cooked, you don't crave it as much.
Yeah. That.
And yeah, but right now, because I included rice and beans in my diet and quinoa and stuff like this, because I can't afford uh, completely raw at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just too expensive because my husband is doing the same, and we totally live the sentence carb up, so we eat a lot,
Yeah.
and we just can't afford that right now. So that's why we also included rice and beans and stuff like this. Yeah, because it's just so cheap.
I'm glad you said that because there are some folks who are doing the raw thing and they live in Southern California and they can get a case of bananas for $10 or even $5, and they can get really cheap fruit. And I think sometimes people like that think it's real easy and cheap to buy produce all the time, but it really is not like that all over the world. I mean,
Yeah.
so
We really try to find cheap places like farmer markets and wholesales, but it's not that easy to find good organic produce in bulk for cheap. It's not that easy, and we really did our research because we want to eat high or fully raw.
yeah,
We just couldn't afford it at the moment. So, but we researched a lot, and it just didn't work out.
yeah,
Even though we are in Missouri and we have lots of wholesales, they just sell to stores and restaurants here
yeah,
in
okay,
Missouri, in St. Louis, and you need a tax ID or something.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so you have to go to jump these weird loops to get your produce, and
right.
it's so much easier than to just go to a store. And then we go to Whole Foods because we rather like to I forgot the word.
Support
Support Whole Foods
that
and not
approach. Yeah,
Schnucks or something.
yeah.
Of course, the farmer markets and these tiny stores are even higher on our priority list. But in winter, it's hard to get locally grown strawberries or
Thank you,
bananas.
thank you. Some people don't realize that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. What did you tell me? You had some days that were 20 below, 30 below out there. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not likely to find strawberries or mango when it's 20 below
Right.
locally.
No, not even bananas.
Yeah.
You don't find anything except for the winter
Except for maybe melting
fruits.
snow.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah. Yeah, so we included rice and beans and quinoa, but we didn't include pasta and bread.
Okay.
Maybe just very rarely if we go to a restaurant and we have a vegan burger or something. That happens too that this is now our treat because before we went raw, we thought that's healthy. But with becoming raw, you just realize how unhealthy almost everything is
Yeah.
except raw food.
That's right. That's right.
So going to a restaurant and having a healthy vegan burger is a treat now.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that
great
means
point.
someone, yeah.
It's a great point. Yeah, I think they're often they cook them in grease and they're kind of high in fat. Yeah, but can you tell us a little bit about since you are doing some cooked food? Do you have kind of a raw till four thing going on? Do you try and do raw breakfast and lunch, or do you just kind of do raw mixed in with a little bit of cooked at each meal? How do you do that?
It's completely random. We just eat how we want to eat and how we crave it.
I love it.
Usually we probably always start with a big smoothie. My husband usually has a really big 80-ounce banana smoothie, just
Yeah,
banana, spinach, and water. And I have the same but with berries.
nice.
And
And
yeah,
80 ounces, is that like a full blender?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
both of us we have that.
That's awesome.
Um, and for lunch we use a salad and we mix it with rice and beans.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, but it's totally random. Sometimes I eat raw for a whole week. Sometimes I eat a lot of cooked food. But I told
Okay, I lost you there. What was
oh,
the last thing you just said?
what was the last thing you heard?
That you sometimes will eat raw, sometimes you'll eat grains, and then
Yeah,
then then you said
yeah.
something.
It's really random, and that I sometimes I'm raw for a long time for a few days. Sometimes I eat a lot of cooked food or processed food, and it just depends on how hungry I feel and how much money we have.
Okay,
And
now you say processed food. Let's clarify for the audience what that means. That's
that means
minimal processing, right?
Yeah,
like rice
like
or
rice, like stuff that comes in a package,
yeah.
or beans that come in a can because for whatever reason we don't have time to cook them, the
R-
dry beans.
right, but you would no longer eat like you were talking about macaroni and cheese in a box.
No, this is
Yeah,
we would never eat this. Recognize it in my digestion every time.
yeah, yeah,
Every time I change my diet again, it goes up and down at the moment because I eat up and down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but processed food, like real processed food, we would never eat anymore. You just um, recognize so much more when you go raw. It's like when you go vegan, your love for animals grows, and if you when you go raw, you just realize so much, many more things that you never thought about before.
Yeah. All right. All right. Now I'm gonna throw out a couple of topics to you, and I
Okay.
just want you to kind of quick give me your take on it and how you're applying it in your life. All right.
Okay.
So what do you have to say about sleep? Like getting enough sleep?
Oh, getting enough sleep is really, really, really important. It's we need sleep. Our body gets rid of toxins and crap while you're sleeping. It heals itself when you're sleeping. Sleep is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Your soul heals while you're sleeping. You dream, and yeah, it's so important. And I think it's. I wish I could always sleep in. I hate setting my alarm clock. If I don't do it, I usually sleep perfectly 8 hours, and I always wake up around 8 or 8:30 if I
Yeah.
can do it. And it's just when I do this, I feel so good and so healed. And yeah, it's I hate setting my alarm
Okay.
at 11 or 12, so that's why I usually sleep until 8,
Yeah.
and that's why I can go to bed like midnight.
Okay. All right. What's your take on water?
Oh, water, just as important. Water is our number one fuel with sun and food. We need that, and I think everyone should drink between 1 and 4 liters, whatever you think is right for you. I think it's a little hard to tell somebody you have to drink 2 liters because everybody is different.
Yeah.
Um, but just water, always stay hydrated. I drink so much since I'm raw, even
Eh,
more than I did before.
Do you okay? And what kind of water do you do? Do you guys have a filtration system, or do you buy bottled water?
We have a filter on our tap water thing,
Mm. Yep.
and when we're at home, we only drink that. And then for being on the road, we have bottled water.
Okay. Okay.
I hate drinking tap water without a filter. It's so gross. It tastes so gross. You can really taste all the chemicals.
Yeah, it kind of depends what region you live in, but
Probably.
generally that's true. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
In
Yeah.
Germany, it's not like this. In Germany, I used to just drink tap water and it tasted good. But here in Missouri, it doesn't. Not where I am.
Yeah, we tend to like to dump pollutants into our water in the United States. That's one of our favorite things to do.
Hmm. That's not a good hobby.
Um, all right, can you tell me what you've learned and what you've decided about supplementation? Do you have a rule that you will take no supplements? What's your perception of B12, vitamin D, those sorts of things?
um, I'm not an expert on that field. I think that we definitely should check our vitamin and mineral levels. And if we're lacking on something, we should probably supplement. Um, I don't know if I'm lacking on anything. I will get tested on Monday, and if I am lacking on B12 or something, I definitely will supplement.
Okay.
So I always was like I hate supplements because I thought it's like medication.
Yep.
But I don't think that anymore because now I'm a little bit more educated about it.
Okay. And are you going to do, when you get your test for B12, are you going to do the urine test, the UMMA test?
I will do a blood test, and the doctor will test everything.
Okay, the blood test will not really be
Will not?
adequate. It will not be
Okay.
it will not be reliable for B12.
Yeah, then I will just ask her for an extra B12 test.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you like the sunshine. It's been hard for you to get enough. So I guess in the summertime you'll try and do more of that. But you do not, up to now, you do not supplement with vitamin D.
No, but every winter I have a winter depression. So I should probably do that. But I never did that because usually my depression gets really bad just when spring is around, and then I just charge up with sun real quick.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess some people use tanning beds, and I don't know. Maybe there are some tanning beds that simulate sunlight, and you actually get some
Yeah.
vitamin D from that. But
I did that in Germany,
uh
and it really helped me just going to the gym. And after being in the gym, I always went to the tanning bed for 5 or 10 minutes.
yeah,
It's really nice because it's warm and
yeah,
it's like laying in the sun, so it's also really nice for your soul.
yeah. It's like relaxing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. What else did I want to talk? One thing. This is kind of well. I got two kind of totally different topics, but I think you have several pets, don't you?
Yeah, I have two cats.
Okay, and what do you feed them? Do you just buy cat food for them, or how do you feed them?
Yeah. This is a really hard thing for me because yes, I feed them organic whole foods cat food.
Yeah,
That still doesn't
right.
make it undone that animals are killed. So this is the weird thing because my two cats are rescue cats. We got
Yeah,
them from the street, or a friend of mine found one of these cats in the middle of the highway, or on the side of the highway. And of course, she got that cat, and she didn't have a place for it. And then I had to take it because I love animals. So it's a rescue cat, and then you ask yourself, okay, if you do you want to rescue that cat now and feed it with meat, or do you want to avoid giving someone meat but don't rescue that cat? So it's really complicated. And my other cat was a stray cat on the street, and the same friend took it and how do you say that? Neutered it?
yeah, yeah.
Neutered?
You got it fixed. Yeah, yeah,
Right. So, which is a good thing because she didn't want. She's a vegan too, and where she lives, there are a few cats running around, not fixed, and she just wants to avoid them producing more stray cats.
yeah, yeah. I think that's
So,
humane. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's a good thing. So, yeah, these two cats I have in my home now.
You know,
Yeah.
I totally respect that, Nina, and I know, Swayze Foster comes to mind. I think she's got some pets, and she buys some really expensive. I think it might be vegan pet food for the cats, but
Hmm.
that's a pretty expensive route to go. I don't know that everyone can do that. So,
Yeah, we spend a lot of money on cat food just because no one can guarantee me that this cat food that I buy is really better than other cat food.
yeah,
But I spend a lot of money for it. Even, I mean, we spend tons of money on cat food and save on our own food for their cat food just because we want to do it
the
the
right way.
best way.
Yeah,
And we don't even know if it's really much better or not, but
yeah.
um, and where was I? Yeah,
But that's
but
cool.
now in spring I will let my cats outside
Okay.
because, in my opinion, I don't want to keep cats inside because when I have a pet and I see they want to go outside, they want to explore the world.
Sure.
I can't just have them inside. So some people say it's too dangerous, but I mean, of course, it's dangerous. But I think if they want to go outside, they should have the ability to do that, and
I agree with you. Yeah.
then they can catch their own food. the
Yeah.
natural way. And I mean, for this, I don't feel guilty because this is the natural way.
Yeah.
If they
Ab-
are outside, they would catch their own mice. So,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
and then I don't have to kill animals anymore.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Um,
killing animals. I feel so guilty now.
Now, there's a topic that we touched on in our first video, and something occurred to me about it, and I want to ask your opinion on it. You know, we talked about the media and the popular culture in terms of the way uh, women are portrayed and
Mm-hmm.
how that kind of cultural dynamic influences women to have unrealistic, expectations for themselves in terms of how they look.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, to what extent do you think men play a role in that? You know, do you think that's now this is maybe a huge stereotype, but are men fueling that by objectifying women, or do you think it's a man-woman thing? You think it's a broad social thing, or what's your take on that?
Okay, I will answer that in 1 second. Okay. That was Anna.
Okay.
So yes, I think that is true, but I think it's not only the man's fault, because we are all bombarded by these pictures everywhere, and if that's the same with us, we see what a woman should look like to be pretty and sexy, and
Yeah.
then we think, okay, I don't look like this, so I have to change myself. Same for men. If they see how a woman is sexy and pretty on a screen, then of course they expect this in real life, subconsciously.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's really their fault. We just all get brain fog because of all this crazy stuff going on around us. But yes, I think men feel that, but not because they want to hurt women.
Yeah.
Not all of them. It just happens because of our media and our society.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very wise. Okay. Um, All right. The other thing I wanted you to say a little bit about is we've spoken about ethics. We've spoken about the
Hi,
health.
Freddy.
Hello there. So we've spoken.
Yes, we spoke.
Yeah, we spoke about health. We spoke about ethics. What can you say about the environmental aspects of being vegan?
Um, I think that with being vegan, you do a lot for the planet and not just for the animals. For one, because you get so conscious about everything that's going on, and you, um, I mean, the meat that drives the animals that drives to a slaughterhouse, and then the meat that drives all over the country and all over the world, that is so much I don't know the word,
Yeah,
like,
jet fuel and the cost of fuel and
yes,
transportation and refrigeration. Yeah,
right, this is crazy. And then also that we all the fields that we could feed people with plant food goes to animals that will be slaughtered for people, which is totally crazy.
yeah,
And one thing that I read was that somewhere in California, and they have fields there, and they use a ton of water for the food that they grow, that will be flown to another country and then fed to animals that will be killed so we can eat them. So, which is crazy because California has a water problem, and then they use tons of water for food that goes to animals that will be killed.
yeah, yeah. It's
And just,
idiotic. Yeah, it's insane. It's
yeah,
insane. Yeah,
things like this. And yeah, but I think when you go vegan, as me, I just want to do good things in every aspect if I can do it, and I just try to use less water and less paper and plastic and just all kinds of stuff that I can do. And I think you get more aware of all this if you go vegan. It's just
Absolutely.
comes natural.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? I imagine you've stopped using leather, and
Yeah.
I was wondering, have you found any good sources for substitutes for leather? Do you you probably buy more cotton, but like I've found, I try to buy these man-made material belts, and they don't last very long. They last like 2 months and they fall apart. Um, have you had any luck with that, finding good things that are not leather but do the same job?
Nope. But I never looked for it because this is one thing that I don't really care about, because I'd rather have clothes that don't really last that long.
Okay.
As long as I don't hurt kids or people or animals. So I don't know. Some people don't want to give up their leather shoes because they are pretty or last long. But I think this is. I feel like if I would do that, I would feel very selfish.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I don't know. I just deal with it. So no,
All right.
I never researched.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Is there anything that you would like to say to people, like perhaps either people that are just thinking about doing this, or also maybe people that have been doing it for a while? Any kind of tips you'd like to give people?
Um, what I think is important for everyone in our world is that we go in nature a lot. We should go in nature a lot and just ground ourselves with standing on the ground with bare feet and just breathing this air and feeling the wind and listening to the birds and all this. I think everyone should do this and just go
Get get more
inside
get more
and
in touch
find.
with nature, more interact
Yes.
with nature more. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that also opens up your heart. It just, a lot of people are so hateful, but everyone has lots of love inside and they just have to find it again. And I think to find this is a really easy way, just by going in nature and reconnect with nature and animals, and just maybe just watching everything around you and just seeing that you're just a part of something really big.
Yeah.
One who's not vegan, or go vegan. That's the only thing. They should go vegetarian or vegan because it's a really, really beautiful thing. Because it's just it's just beautiful to do
Yeah.
something for your planet.
It
To,
affects so many aspects of life. Yeah.
yeah, we just have to be thankful for. I mean, we are on this beautiful planet and we are destroying it enough. So everyone who is watching this video at least thought about going vegan or something like this.
Right.
And it's a really good thing and everyone should give it a try. But not going to junk food vegan, because that doesn't work. You have to eat lots of fruits and veggies and just eat a lot and drink a lot of water and sleep enough and laugh enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You reminded me of something else I wanted to ask you. You said that you and your husband do eat a high caloric intake. Do
Yeah.
you count your calories at all? Do you have any idea? Are you doing like 3,000 or more calories a day? Do you know?
No, we don't count, and I don't have any idea how much we eat. We just eat when we're hungry and we stop when we're full. And I think we eat a lot compared to other people.
Yeah.
A big quantity of stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, I
And
think we probably eat between 2 and 3,000.
okay. Okay. And do you have any tips for people, like, do you guys ever go out to restaurants? And if you do, what kind of food are you able to get in a restaurant? I mean, I don't know. There must be some vegan restaurants in St. Louis, but
Mm.
let's say you go into a non-vegan restaurant. What might you eat?
I would probably eat just a big salad with without oil and salt and all this, because I like the plain taste of vegetables.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but we don't go out to eat very often. If
Yeah.
we go out, which is maybe once a month, it's our treat, and then we eat something cooked vegan,
Yeah.
like a burger or something like this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what I think is really important that we prepare our food, because it just makes you appreciate it more too. So we prefer to just prepare it at home and just put some fruits together and or make a big salad, and we usually just eat this.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It kind of goes back to what you were saying about interacting with nature more, and preparing your own food is kind of relates to that. It's more natural. Um, One thing I was going to ask you, what have you done in terms of fitness? Do you have a regular regimen? I think you have a gym that you're studying. You're studying, right?
Hmm.
What exactly are you studying, and do you have a regular fitness routine?
I'm studying for becoming a personal trainer,
Yep.
and I go to I signed up for the gym in winter because it was way too cold to run. And I also just hate running in the cold. I'm just a person that loves warmth and sun. So
Yeah.
that's why I signed up in the gym. And now that it's warm, I rarely go there. I Now I just always run outside, and because then
Nope.
I love to feel the wind and everything. So
Oh.
yeah, I run a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated running before, and now I love it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I have a lot of energy, and running gets really easy,
All right.
and I can really feel it when I eat a few dates before running, 10
Yeah.
minutes before running, or bananas or some kind of fruit. I have so much energy to run.
Huh.
I can feel, it's like I can really feel my little cells um, taking all the glucose and just using it for my workout.
That's great. I like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I run a lot, and um, my stomach, my tummy got really flat just from running. I don't do muscle stuff or anything, but I really tone up.
Yep.
And I think this is the mixture from just running and my new eating habits.
That's beautiful. And like, when you run, do you have any kind of guideline as to intensity, or do you just kind of run how you feel until you're done and then you stop? Do you have any distance that you like to go, or do you like to run for a certain amount of time?
Mm, I usually run between 5 and 8 miles.
Okay.
And I started last summer with 2 miles, and I was really dead afterwards. And
Yeah.
now I can run 8 miles, and I feel great.
Yeah.
And I think you should just, or everyone should just run in the speed that feels good, that doesn't hurt, and that just makes you breathe deep, and that makes you be able to enjoy everything around you. And just what feels right, because sometimes I run really slow because I just want to, and then sometimes I'm so fast because it's fun, or I want to go home quick, or I just have so much energy. So
Yeah.
it's every time it's different.
I like that. I like that. So a lot of your life is about just listening to your body and letting it
Yeah,
help you. Yeah, that's
right.
good. Um, how many times a week do you run, do you think?
Um, Probably 3 to 4 times a week
Okay. And
if I
have you
have the
looked,
time.
do you use regular tennis shoes? Have you thought at all about running barefoot or using Vibrams? What's your take on that?
Yeah, right now I still have my old running shoes that I already have since, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And
Yeah.
I heard people saying that's really bad to have running shoes for too long. Um, but yeah, I want to switch to running barefoot,
Yeah.
or to these really, really thin shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know how you call them.
Yeah.
People thousands of years ago walked barefoot, and this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's probably the best for us. I think it's the best for your joints and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as I have the money, I will buy these new shoes that show your toes. I don't know how you call these shoes.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the hiking kind of shoes, or they must be some kind of running shoe. Oh,
Right,
you're talking about Vibrams. Vibrams, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I think I will run with these because they are like being barefoot, but then I don't hurt myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
right now I'm barefoot and I'm barefoot all the time, every day. Every time I can, I walk without shoes because I love the feeling of a warm ground, and I want to ground myself as much as I can.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I walk barefoot everywhere, and people always look, but I don't care.
Hey, do you ever do any more like a gymnastic move? Do you ever feel like doing a handstand or a cartwheel or something?
Yeah, definitely. I do a lot of handstands, and every time I see a free space, I do cartwheels and everything.
Cool.
Handstands, I heard, are really good anyway.
Could you show us, the audience, a handstand, do you think, or would that be possible or no?
I can try to. I have to see where to put the phone. I don't know if you will see me. Do you see me?
Yes. Excellent, excellent. So you got up there so easily. You make it look so easy.
Thanks. Hi, Party. The dog is here.
Oh,
She's so
good.
cute. He's a good dog.
He looks very nice.
Yeah, so I practice handstands and natural stuff. Monkey bar gym. I'm weird. Okay. The monkey bar gym, I found out about that because of you, and I read a lot about their training style, and I really like what they are doing because they want to do the natural way, like monkeys or children crawling and running and just these things.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is what
Yeah, that's the monkey bar gym with John and
Jessica, I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool. I like them a lot, and I
Yeah.
love that principle. It's just getting back to nature. I think Doug Graham is kind of into that.
Yes.
Just kind of working with your own body weight and making your exercise fun, so
Yeah.
that it's not a chore.
And without mirrors. A gym without mirrors, just focusing on being healthy and fit, and
Yeah.
not if you're skinny enough or whatever.
Right. Well, are there any other topics you'd like to include? Oh, I know one thing. I want you to tell the audience the name of your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. The name of my YouTube channel is TheRawRainbow.
Okay.
And yeah, I have to start making videos again. I really want to, and I will.
Yeah. Now, just for the American viewers, a lot of Nina's videos are in German, but hopefully she'll feel comfortable to do some English videos as well.
Yeah, I will probably record every video I make in German and English.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to say to the audience?
Probably. I will think about something as soon as we stop.
I know. I'm sure I'll remember a ton of other things too, but we can maybe do this again in like 6 months or so. I guess that's good for now. So thank you so much, Nina, for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is we should just all love more.
Beautiful, and it's so true.
Yeah, and accept each other more and everything.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, take care, Nina. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.